Good evening on this Wednesday night, and we begin tonight with new reporting here after that major shakeup in Washington. The director of the FBI, James Comey, fired. Learning of it on television, he thought it was a prank. The president's termination letter then read to him on the phone. But tonight here, major questions. Why fire Comey and why now? The White House saying the Department of Justice, in particular, the Deputy Attorney General, recommending Comey's departure. But tonight, our team has learned it was the president himself who set this in motion. Comey at home tonight, as we learn what President Trump said to the Attorney General and to the Deputy Attorney General during their visit to the White House, what he asked them for, and now the timeline here leading to Comey's firing. And late word tonight as we come on the air, President Trump's fired National Security Advisor Mike Flynn has now been subpoenaed for documents regarding Russia. ABC's chief White House correspondent Jonathan Karl leading us off.
Late tonight, the first words from former FBI Director James Comey since he was abruptly fired by President Trump. In a letter to his former staff and friends, Comey writing, "I'm not going to spend time on the decision or the way it was executed. I hope you won't either. It is done, and I will be fine, although I will miss you and the mission deeply." He goes on to say, "In times of turbulence, the American people should see the FBI as a rock of competence, honesty, and independence." This morning, President Trump was asked why he did what he did.
Why did you fire Director Comey? Why did you fire Director Comey?
Because he wasn't doing a good job, very simply. He was not doing a good job.
The big question tonight, why now? The White House initially said the president lost confidence in Comey just yesterday, after receiving this memo from Deputy Attorney General Rod Rosenstein. Rosenstein blasted Comey's handling of the Hillary Clinton email investigation, singling out the July news conference where the director declared that he would not prosecute Clinton, but then went on to criticize her at length. Rosenstein implied Clinton had been treated unfairly, saying, quote, "We do not hold press conferences to release derogatory information about the subject of a declined criminal investigation." Rosenstein's memo was delivered to the White House shortly before 2:30 p.m. yesterday. Less than 3 hours later, the president sent this letter to FBI headquarters telling Comey, "You are hereby terminated and removed from office effective immediately." He made a point of adding this, "I greatly appreciate you informing me on 3 separate occasions that I'm not under investigation." But when the letter arrived, Comey wasn't at the FBI. He was in Los Angeles giving a speech. On a television, he saw a headline that he had been fired. At first, he thought it was a prank, but then he got on the phone with his office and an aide read the president's letter. Later that night, cameras caught him boarding a government plane for the long flight home. White House Press Secretary Sean Spicer insisted the president fired Comey solely because of the recommendation of Deputy Attorney General Rosenstein and the Justice Department.
So the White House had no involvement in this decision to write this letter by the Deputy Attorney General.
That's correct.
But that was not correct. In fact, today we learned that the president had specifically asked the Deputy Attorney General to write the Comey memo. Deputy Press Secretary Sarah Sanders, filling in for Spicer, said the president had in fact been thinking of firing Comey for a long time.
The president, over the last several months, lost confidence in Director Comey.
White House sources tell us the president was particularly infuriated by Comey's testimony in front of Congress last week.
It makes me mildly nauseous to think that we might have had some impact on the election.
ABC News has learned that early Monday afternoon, the president met with the Attorney General and Deputy Attorney General at the White House and told them he thought he should fire Comey, asked for their opinion, and then told them to put it in writing.
When did he make the decision?
He made the decision for the final decision to move forward with it was yesterday, but I know that he's been contemplating it for a while.
Was the reason for the firing what was written by the Deputy Attorney General? Is that why he did it?
That was, I think, the final piece that moved the president to make that quick and decisive action yesterday.
So let's go live to John Karl at the White House tonight. And John, the White House insisting today that Comey was fired primarily over his mishandling of the Clinton investigation, treating her unfairly. But John, I want to go back to the president's termination letter to Director Comey. You and I talked about this last night here. The president writing, "I greatly appreciate you informing me on 3 separate occasions that I am not under investigation." That's what the president wrote to Comey in the termination letter. What do we know about those 3 separate occasions, and why even bring that up?
Well, I asked about that directly at the briefing today, and other reporters did as well. The White House will give no further details about why Comey said that, when he said that. Was it something the president asked about it? We just don't know, David.
In the meantime, John, there is news breaking as we're on the air tonight involving Mike Flynn, the fired national security advisor. We've just been informed tonight that he has now been subpoenaed for documents regarding the Russia probe. This is a significant development.
Yeah, these are documents that the committee asked Flynn to voluntarily turn over weeks ago. Flynn refused, so now they are trying to compel him to turn those documents over. David, what this is this an indication is that Russia investigation by the Senate Intelligence Committee is very much underway.
All right, John Carl, on the fast-moving developments tonight. John, thank you.